Hello there, and welcome to your next math lesson. Go ahead and open up your math notebook to the next available page, and then at the top of that page, write the title of today's lesson, which is Convert Customary Units of Weight. Remember, weight is the measure of how heavy something is. And there's two things you need to remember in order to be successful in today's lesson. The first thing you need to remember is that the three customary units of weight are ounces, pounds, and tons, and that there's 16 ounces in 1 pound and 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. The second thing you need to remember is that when we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, we multiply. When we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we divide. Okay? So let's say we have 96 ounces and we're trying to figure out how many pounds that is. This is a conversion because we're going from ounces to pounds. We have the measurement in the unit of ounces. We're trying to find what the measurement is in the unit of pounds. We're going from ounces to pounds. Ounces are smaller than pounds, so we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. Smaller to larger, divide. So it's going to be 96 divided by something. What do we divide 96 by? By the amount of the smaller unit that can fit into one of the larger unit. Since there's 16 ounces in 1 pound, we're going to divide 96 by 16. And you'd want to write that as a long division problem. 96, the dividend, goes in the house. 16 is the divisor. It goes outside of the house. Now the question is, how many times can 16 fit in the 96? Well, 96 is almost 100. 16 is almost 20. 20 can fit into 100 5 times. 16 is less than 20 though, so why don't we try 6? Let's use a pencil though, just in case we have to adjust the quotient. 6 times 6 is 36, carry the 3. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. And 96 minus 96 is 0. So the answer is 6. 96 ounces equals 6 pounds. Let's do another one. Let's say we have 7 tons, and we want to figure out how many pounds that is. Notice last time I did the abbreviation for pounds. This time I actually wrote the whole word pound. It means the same thing. This is pounds. This is the abbreviation for pounds. They both mean the same thing. Abbreviation just means a shorter way of writing the same thing. So we have this unit of measurement in tons. It's 7 tons. We're trying to see how many pounds are in 7 tons. We're trying to change this measurement from the unit of tons to the unit of pounds. That means we're doing a conversion. We're converting from tons to pounds. Tons are bigger than pounds, so we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, from tons to pounds. That's bigger to smaller, so we're going to multiply. So it's going to be 7 times what? Well, 7 times the amount of the smaller unit that can fit into one of the larger unit. Since there's 2,000 pounds in 1 ton, it's going to be 7 times 2,000. Now, you don't really need to solve this on scratch paper. You can just see that 7 times 2 equals 14, and you add 1, 2, 3 zeros into the product because there's 3 zeros in both factors. Okay, 14,000. 14,000 pounds in 7 tons. Let's do another example. Let's say we have 1.5 tons equals how many pounds? Notice this time I used the abbreviation for tons. This time I spelled it out. Capital T is the abbreviation for tons, so it means the same thing. LB is the abbreviation for pounds, so it means the same thing. Now, how many pounds are in 1.5 tons? Now, one thing that's important to point out, it's something that I've already taught you. 1.5 means 1.5. This means 1 5/10. 5 is half of 10. So 0.5 means half. So anytime you see a 0.5, that's a half. So this is 1.5 tons. Okay, so we're going from tons to pounds. We're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so we're going to multiply. Okay, now 1.5 times what? Times the amount of pounds that can fit into 1 ton, which is 2,000. Okay, now we could set this up like this. Remember, we don't have to line up. Hold on 1 second. Hey, I'm in the middle of recording a Screencastify lesson. Okay, yeah, bye. Okay, so 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. Put our placeholder. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. We didn't really have to do it that way, but 0, 0, 0, 0. 1 plus 2 is 3. Now, the decimal point goes 1 place over to the right. So we don't actually need this 0 right here. The answer is 3,000. Notice we could have solved this a different way too. We know there's 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. So how many pounds would there be in a half a ton? It would be half of 2,000, so it would be 1,000. And 2,000 plus 1,000 equals 3,000. So you also could have solved it in your head like that. But 1 5/10 of a ton is 3,000 pounds, or 1.5 tons is 3,000 pounds. Okay, let's do another example. Let's say we have 11,000 pounds, and we want to know how many tons that is. Okay, we're going from pounds to tons. Pounds are smaller than tons, so we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. When we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we divide. So it's going to be 11,000 divided by what? The amount of pounds that can fit into 1 ton, which is 2,000. So 11,000 is the dividend. 2,000 is the divisor. How many times can 2 fit into 11? Only 5 times. So 5 times 2,000 would be 10,000. And 11,000 minus 10,000 would be 1,000. So written as a fraction, this would be 5 and 1,000 over 2,000. But guess what? Taking out zeros, you can take out zeros from the numerator as long as you take out the same amount of zeros from the denominator. That's the same as just dividing the numerator and denominator by 10. That's just simplifying it. So we can take out this 0 as long as we take out this 0. We can take out this 0 as long as we take out this 0. We can take out this 0 as long as we take out this 0. And we're left with 5.5. So there's 5.5 tons in 11,000 pounds. And we could also write that as 5.5 can also be written as 5.5. That's important because you'll often see it this way too. 5 5/10 or 5.5 means the same thing as 5.5. Let's do a couple more examples together. Okay, let's do let's do a couple more. Let's say we have 50 ounces. Notice this time I spelled out ounces. On the other page, I used OZ. It means the same thing because OZ is the abbreviation for ounces. Let's do 50 ounces, and we want it in pounds and ounces. Anytime they ask for 2 answers, it means when when you try to switch ounces into pounds, you won't be able to completely switch ounces into pounds, because after you change all these ounces into pounds, there will be some ounces left over that make up less than a pound. That's how many ounces will be left. We're going from ounces to pounds, which means we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, so we divide. So it's going to be 50 divided by the amount of ounces that can fit into 1 pound, and that's 16. So we'd set this up like 50 divided by 16. Now, how many times can 16 fit into 50? Well, you know, 16 is just a little more. It's one more than 15. 15 can fit into 30 twice. One more 15 would be 45. That gets us pretty close to 50. So let's try a 3. 3 times 6. Getting a lot of interruptions today. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 50 minus 48 is 2. So the remainder, that's how many ounces are left over that can't be changed into pounds. So 50 ounces is 3 pounds. 2 ounces left over that don't fit into the pounds. So it's 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Now, if you wanted to answer entirely in pounds without the ounces part, then you'd write the remainder as the fraction 2/16, which of course can be simplified to 1/8. So if you wanted to write the answer in just pounds, it would be 3 1/8 of a pound. 3 1/8 pounds. Or you could write 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Both of these are correct. This is correct, 3 pounds, 2 ounces, and 3 1/8 of a pound is correct too, because 2 ounces is 1/8 of a pound. Let's do one more together, and then I'll give you some independent practice. Okay. Let's do 3 pounds, and let's change that into ounces. So we have it in pounds here. We're trying to find out what it is in ounces. We're converting from pounds to ounces, so we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so we're going to multiply, and it's going to be 3 times the amount of ounces that can fit into 1 pound, which is 16. So 16 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So there's 48 ounces in 3 pounds. Okay, I'm going to give you some independent practice problems now. What I'd like you to do is, let's see. Let's say we have 3 tons. How many pounds is that? And let's do 32 pounds. How many ounces is that? Notice here I wrote the abbreviation for pounds. Here I actually wrote out the word pounds. It means the same thing. So 3 tons, how many pounds? 32 pounds, how many ounces? Go ahead and solve both of those, and then click on the video attached under this one to see if you did them correctly. And I will see you there. Signing off.